We have a couple who has done a couple different deals. Yeah, there you are. Vivek and Asha. Where are they? Oh my God, get on up here. I'm sitting there looking in back going, where the hell did they go?
Thank you.
All right, I'll just hand this over to them.
All right. Okay.
What's your name?
Vivek.
Say it twice.
Vivek. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Asha?
We get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who are you?
You're teed up. Run with it. You
Okay.
guys don't need another introduction.
Thank you.
They've done a few deals, so they've done this before.
And it's fun, I can tell you that, right? So Vivek and Asha, we moved to the United States in October of 2010, and we were supposed to be here for 2 years to do some work for a high tech, but we ended up being here because they got me here in 2010, they laid me off in Thanksgiving of 2012. We literally did not have money because we had put in all money in buying our single family home, the big American dream.
I was not working that time.
She's an electrical engineer, but our plan was she'll grow our girls. And so we were just going, it's literally, you don't realize it till it happens. So it happened with us, and we had done a lot of down payment towards our house because I did not have credit history. We came only in 2010. So a lot more there, right? And that was really like an awakening call that we decided that time that we are not going to be dependent on W-2. We'll have to figure out our own economy. We'll have to do something about it. And we'll talk about it on the next slide. We knew real estate is always good, but we had just no idea how to do it. And we took kind of a natural path, and we ended up opening our own businesses. We kind of took on to entrepreneurship. We did small businesses. We sold 1 or 2 of them, and Asha still runs one of her business for about 8 years now. And as that was going on, we met few friends. That's how we came in Lifestyles, and rest is history. It's been a great journey. I joined Lifestyles in October 2019. Immediately after joining, we did quite a few passive investments to learn how it works, and then we jumped as a lead investor. And so far, we have done 3 properties. And Mike has been really great mentor. I mean, we always on the text message. Literally, I'm not kidding. If I have any issue on the property, anything, I just text and I get an answer. Right, and that's how easy it is in this organization.
Would you quit texting at midnight, though?
That's true. And he responds. That's the problem, right? So we did one deal. We have gone full cycle. It was a nice 24-unit deal. We sold it in 13 months and almost like 111% gain. So that's like more than doubling the money. I really wish I had put in more money in that. I remember him telling me.
Yeah, his passive investors are very happy.
We all wish we'd done that.
I know. Well, I told him if he wasn't going to buy it, I was going to buy it the day we walked it. I said.
So we walked that property, and Mike was with us, and I was in 2 minds. It happens because I'm a first-time lead trying to buy something, and the only way he convinced me is if you're not going to buy it, I'm going to buy it now. Right? I said, okay, there you go, we're buying.
And it was a freaking home run.
It was an amazing day. And then we have 2 properties as of now, one in Arlington, 66 unit, and the one that we will talk is 160 unit in Irving in Las Colinas, which we are operating. And I'm also actively involved in Apartment Association of Greater Dallas. This year I'm a vice chair there, so we drive a lot of initiatives for the multifamily and the single family independent rental owners. We have 2 daughters. One is a freshman in A&M, and she refuses to come home. She just loves it there. She loves coding, so she's mostly going to take computer science. Sinjana is our second daughter. She's here. She's doing her homework. She's a freshman in high school, and she loves wrestling. Okay, so why did we join Lifestyle? So I'll tell you something, right? Like we have been running our own businesses for about 10 years now, actually. And it's not easy. Running business is not easy. It's more than a full-time job. You are the boss. Everything comes and stops at you, so you have to take a decision. So we always wanted to find something where we can start the passive income, the tax benefits, and all sort of things. And when we came to the United States, we lived in an apartment for about 1.5, 2 years. And we used to think that time about these apartments. And our conclusion was, this is for rich people. Only the big companies buy these, right? So we probably cannot. That's how we used to think, remember? So when I think it was out of some random discussion, I was talking to Kim. She's in lead now, right? Kim Devlin Allen. So I was having coffee with her, and she mentioned about lifestyles, and that's how it all started. So we have, long story short, we had few friends who are already here who are successful leads, investors. So it was a no-brainer for us. We immediately just did the 2-day. I think Chris is going to do the 2-day. I mean, it was one of the life-changing experience, really. Like when we joined that 2-day, that's when we realized why this is not only for rich people. You can actually get in and do this. You just need the right education and the guidance. It was, I think, October 2019, the same day we signed up, we jumped in, and I think before even like January, we had 3 passive deals that we had signed in. And that's how it all started. Okay, so coming to the property, that's how it looks now. I'll show you more on next Friday road trip. This was not like this before, okay? So
We have couple of before pictures as well later on.
yeah, before and after. So this is 160 unit, 1974. We purchased it literally like last week of May last year for 24.3 million, about 152K per door. This was a value deal. It was really neglected property at an amazing location. It's called Las Colinas, where where Expo happens is literally 1 mile from there.
From this office, it's just 2 miles.
Yeah, and it is next door to Mike's property. So I was happy.
Right around the corner. Yep.
And we are investors in that.
So we knew how that runs. And that area has so many technology companies, restaurants, malls. So we knew that's a really good area.
Great market, strong market. We have a lot of properties in that area.
Right, yeah. So cash out of pocket, this is the equity raise, about 11.7 million. And on the financing, we went like Fannie Mae, this is agency loan, non-recourse. We got the fixed interest rate at 5.62. It's a 5-year term, and we got the IO for all the 5 years. 35-year amortization, this is something that I was really happy about. Usually they do only 30, but during that time they were doing 35. I said, lock it, let's take it and move on.
So he's talking about a lot of stuff like IO and amortization, all that stuff. Chris will go through that this weekend.
Yeah. I think Chris will explain it much better in simpler words. And
He's really geeking out right now. It's okay.
Engineer things.
See, he's all smiles.
And it's a 4-year yield maintenance, and after that, it's 1% penalty. So don't worry about these terms. And the rehab budget for this was almost $3 million. That kind of tells you that this is kind of a value deal. I think Chris will talk a lot about it, about value and the yield plays that our strategy is different for both type of.
Don't push that button yet.
Okay.
You've got $11.6 million up there, and you're just going to glaze over that? You brought that to the table, right?
Yes. No, not me.
Right.
All my partners,
Right,
and
'cause
a lot of them are sitting here.
Every new person in here went, okay, it's only for rich people, right? Just like you. Instead, you have investors with you, right?
I do, yeah. I have almost 160 investors in this.
160 investors, right? Are they all from Dallas?
No. In fact, I have investors from Hawaii, New Hampshire, Seattle, all over the US.
Because if you look at that camera right there, there's 300 people out there listening to you saying, how do I get in? How do they contact you?
Just email, they connect, and some of them, they discuss on the email, some of them schedule a call and discuss, and that's how we establish the relationship. We meet at Expo and the other networking events. We usually even travel to the other places, but we are just an email and the call, knowing each other is really that
You're
much.
on podium as well.
I'm on podium as well,
Yeah.
so that's how we connect.
All sorts of different ways. So you make yourself accessible to your investors.
Absolutely.
Is anybody in here invested with him in this deal? Look at that, they came in for you. All right. How come your hand's not up?
I'm fully deployed, like you said.
Last question. Smallest amount that you accepted?
25,000.
25,000. So if you had 25 grand, you could get in this deal. All right.
Yeah, we
now,
always keep 25,000 for the first-time investors.
Yeah, and then a lot of investors request, so based on that, we accommodate. We try and accommodate a lot of people. That's how it's a journey together. We have investor from Australia as well.
hey, you went international. Way to go. Cool. All right, now you can click the button.
Yeah. Thank you. So that's the stats as of now. So we are at almost 3 million income, expenses at 1.35. So that's about 46% of the income. We are cash flowing at about 41,000 per month, and then we are at 1.6 million NOI. And these are annualized numbers. And then we are at cash on cash return at 4.25%. And we're distributing, this I prepared April 1st, so we're distributing this as of now. We just sent it to the bank. So everybody is going to get the cash distribution. And this is 6 months ahead of pro forma that we're distributing.
Very nice. Very nice. Good numbers, good returns.
And the valuation, I'll show you later a table. The valuation, we are at 26.7 million, about at 6% cap.
Cool. All right, so show us what you've done.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Yeah, before and after. We can share so many stories with you about this property, and our partners, the investors, they know a lot of stories. They get it in the monthly reports.
Does your mic work?
Yeah,
It works?
it works.
Okay.
So we found this property off market from a broker, and Mike was with us when we walked it. And there was, Asha and I always do one thing. We always drive the property in the night, just to see what goes on. That's the best way to figure out what happens around and inside the property. So once we were driving this property, I think you remember, Mike, I told you next day.
This was a freaking train wreck.
It was.
There was no management company on site. The property was beat to death. That green pool looks really good compared to what it really looked like.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I mean, the whole property
it
was
was.
sad.
Yeah, when we drove in during the night, I think it rained a day before. I think there were like deep 1 feet big potholes. It was filled with water. We didn't know. We just
drove
driving.
through,
It
and
was like car was like wobbling. I said, wow.
It was, and that's how they lived, right? All the residents, and there was a lot of trash around, dog poop, not to mention, everywhere, and it was really a rundown property. The pool was like this green. The only thing that was missing there was alligators. It was you will see the reptiles around, everything there, and the office was closed. Like Mike said, there was a big printout on the office that residents and prospects, please come to this another property, and there was an address. Okay, so. And that's when Mike told me, you need to get this.
Huge opportunity. Yep. Occupancy was low.
Occupancy
Place
was
looked
low.
like hell.
Rents were low. In fact, like when I took over the property, one of the residents I evicted had a balance of 35,000.
Yeah. Yep.
And they were just going on. And nobody showed up in the court, no filing in the
No.
court, just going on and on.
But I think when we took over, we got the.
We got all
we
the
got evicted
eviction and everybody we got out within a week or
Yeah,
two.
just a week or two.
Just clean. So that took some time initially. You can see the fence there. That's how the fence was, the before and the after picture. And this fence is shared with one of the next door properties. And this fence had the openings created by a lot of residents. So there was a free flow of traffic from both sides. In fact, when we took over the property, we cleaned the pool so that because it was end of May and June, July, residents wanted pool. We opened it. In the night, about 10 and 11, you would see whole Arving in that pool. The whole city would come in the pool, like anybody. That's how they were. Like
You had a clean pool.
Yeah, I mean that's
all
it.
the
Right?
other properties around you.
That's how the reputation of the property was. Like you can go anytime, do anything, because there is no management on site. That's when we knew that we need cameras here. So that's the first thing we did. Apart from fixing the parking lot, we put almost 32 cameras across the property. And then like a big TV in the office, you will see it in the road trip. The feed comes on the phones of my phone, Asha's phone, the managers, we are all seeing. That brought all this chaos down in a couple of months. My manager, she's super good. She even went there a couple of times, like 11 in the night, to kick them out with a maintenance guy, kick everybody out, call the cops. Yeah, we did sort of things. Like here you can see picture on the right side, the pool. In fact, the pool now looks even better than this. The new decking, the new plaster, everything is done. I think there's 1 week work left. We built some cabanas on the pool. We're getting them furniture to put there. We're building some community area. We'll show you next. The dumpster fence, so small things, right, where you can really make it like a better community. We started putting focus on those things. A lot of stories. I cannot I mean, there's no time here, but let's meet sometime. I can share a lot of stories with you about this property.
So this is our featured property for next Friday for the road trip. So everybody show up.
So these are a few more pictures. It was called Colinas Ranch, and this name had this taboo attached, right? I mean, anything can happen in this property. That's the first thing we wanted, was to change the name of the property, and we wanted something modern with impact. And my daughters decided it should be Maxton. It's named behind our dog, who is 8-year-old Max. So it's a.
Really? You haven't told me that one. Okay.
So we call it Maxton. Okay, and it. Yeah, and it's really like impactful name. It came up. We did the new board, and if you see, this was the community area in the center top. This is where I think Terry and Mike had told me, you got to get rid of this because there are like rose plants with a lot of thorns and everything lying around there. So that's how it looks now. You see that after picture? We built like a nice pergola there. There is a kitchen, the grill on the side. I think now the lights are there, the string lights. So it looks really, really cool in the night. So it's coming up. We still have a lot of work to do because we really focused on exterior, interior both because we wanted to make an impact on residents as well. So these are some interior pictures. I just put this one slide purposely because all our properties look pretty much like this. We try and create 2 or 3 types of plans, like premium and classic, or premium, standard, and classic, depending on the area and the demographic. So
we go with the same ceramic tiles and same granite and same looking, same handles, everything for all the properties. It's easy to shop and then easy. Our contractor
fixed
knows
inventory,
what we
that's
want.
it, right?
So she knows what we want.
And that all came from here. He like Mike was like,
Rinse and repeat.
Don't,
Yeah.
Thousands of units.
that's it. Like, don't over-engineer anything. This is what, just do it and repeat
Works.
it, right? And that helped us with one more thing. That for example, like I have a vendor for the granite. He gives me granite the cheapest I have checked with anyone, right? Irrespective of the size for any unit, he charges me $1,500. That's it, with the sink, granite,
flat.
everything.
For the resurfacing.
No, for the granite.
Oh, the granite. Oh, okay. Okay.
Like
I thought you
other
said
than-
gunite. It's for the pool.
Yeah.
Sorry, granite. Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good price.
Yeah. So he does that, and he just knows, he gets the message, or this unit, the gums measures, does. So a lot of these vendors are auto set now. And like Asha said, the cabinet handles are the same. The kitchen faucets are the same. So they're all standard. So it helps us buy even in volume. It helps a lot in saving money there. Right, so mostly the kitchens there is one story I forgot to tell, and I should tell this, is when we took out the property, we actually went around all residents and we collected the pending work orders. And you know how much time it took for us to fix all those work orders? It took us 3 months to fix.
Wow.
That's how neglected it was, right? I mean,
There were like cooktops, just one used to work. Rest 3, it never worked for.
They never did anything
Once.
about it.
And even the refrigerator.
3 residents did not have refrigerators. And they were like, oh, they said that they'll replace it, they'll fix it, but it's going on for 3 months now. So I actually told our manager, we have a pro, like this Home Depot Pro account, right? That we, through Lifestyles and all we get. We ordered 3 refrigerators. I did not even look at the price. So like, get the refrigerators, put it there first. And then now you can imagine that impact on the residents, right? And they will not go anywhere. They just want you to take care of them. Right? It's really the best product, best price, what we say. Just take care, best product, best price. It always works. Right? That's how actually the bathrooms look like. That's actually a better picture. I'll really tell you the bathroom that you see the before. The tiles fallen, the fixtures coming out, and in the kitchen, the lights not working, to the resurface, like peeling off, the floor peeling off, all sorts of issues. Right? Okay, so we go to the numbers now. It's my favorite. So this is where year 1 we are at with the 3 million. I think we are NOI about 1.6 million. This is well ahead of our pro forma as of what we had put in the pro forma. The mortgage and expenditure comes about $1 million, and we will be about $500,000 on the cash flow in the year 1. So we're starting at 4.94-ish point. This was, we had decided to start doing after, like once we complete 1 year after acquisition, and then 1 quarter, and then we start, but we're starting it now. We complete 1 year like in June. So we're starting it well ahead of that. The year 2, and what we do is we really converted a lot of leases, right? A lot of leases. The rents were low. Best product, best price. We converted some leases. A lot of residents initially left, but later when they saw the improvements, they started renewing it to the market rents. Some of the residents who were there from, I think 2 of them were there from 2013. So I did not increase rent on them more than $100. Right? So like, okay, that's fine, just stay there. And those were like 2-bedroom. They pay regular, on time, everything. And then 2 units out of 160, in pro forma, I can take it. That will go. And then year 2, I think we will increase our cash flow to about 6.2, and then toward the end of the year 3, we'll be at 7.3. We are seeing a lot of residents from the neighboring properties coming, right? So it does not need us to do advertising. The best is, I forgot his name, the next
Not my
door property.
property.
No.
Okay. Just checking.
So if somebody comes from Silverton, I tell them, please don't come, go there, right? Because I'm an investor there, I need money from there too.
That's right. That's right, you are. So there.
So I think I forgot the name, the next door guy, he's really losing residents to us because they see the pool, they see a lot of things happening. I get a lot of applications from there across the street. So we are above 90 consistently now. We keep going between 91 to 95. I purposely, and I mentioned this in my monthly reports, I purposely recycle some residents. Like there are some residents we do not renew. That legally you can do it. Because they are either troublemakers, they either come in the office or disrespectfully talk and then start threatening the staff. I just don't want them. Like you don't deserve to be there, that's it. So we just do that. Do not renew, and then there are some residents who are like habitual late payers. You have to keep chasing them. We just get them out. So there is still some recycling happening. I think we will go past 1 year to do that as well. Yeah, so that's about the numbers. Let's go. Yeah, oops. So some more numbers. I'll try and go quickly on this one. I'll focus only on year 3 because it takes time for cycling the property. I think with the cash distribution and the total cash plus the equity capture that happens, I think Chris will explain a lot of this over the weekend on the equity and the cash flow. So we are looking at almost 60% return at the end of year 3 with this.
Good numbers.
And as of now, we are well ahead of our pro forma on the NOI and the numbers.
So of the $11 million investment, you'll make $7 million on top of it.
Right. Yes.
Who wants to be in that kind of a deal? Heck yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, how did we increase the NOI? And I'll come to those tables. I'm a data guy. I put a lot of data in the monthly emails. I know a lot of, like, John gets bored of it.
Now, it's never boring to read a good story.
And to receive the check. See?
Yeah. So to increase the NOI, like Mike and we were discussing, the first thing we had to do was to open the office. Right? Like he said, open the freaking office. That's it. Right? People need you there. And that's what we did. The day we took over, we opened the office. And I'll tell you, Asha, me, and my maintenance guy, we were working in the office till 2 a.m. We had to find out where is the internet cable, where is the phone cable, where is the power cable, how is it routed, and it was a mess. We figured it out. Next day onwards, like when we always do the day one we go, we give the printed letters to each resident that it's a new management, new takeover. They started coming to office just to check, are you really there? That's how it was. So they were so happy. They were really happy to see us. And our staff, Asha and I, because of our consumer business experience, we trained them in handling, because these residents did not have office for 5 years. So you got to behave with them, tolerate, that's it. Like, you have to be nice, smile, and handle. And now they did really good. I'm jumping ahead on the December, like Thanksgiving and December, my staff got so many gifts from the residents. They were showing off, just out of love. Oh, you are here, thank you.
That speaks volumes right there from the residents.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was like really surprising and amazing. Like how much people value that, right? And the immediate other thing is we opened the pool. The pool was leaking, by the way. I did not share that. Pool was constantly leaking. That's why we had to just redo the whole plaster and everything. But we opened the pool. We said we'll fix it later. Let them enjoy the summer. That's more important. We installed 32 cameras and 60 lights around the properties. There were 2 lights around the property for 160. So we installed 60 lights. This was my happiest moment. I got CSE out the same month. I hate them. Because their contract was over. They're going to go month to month. I got them out. We got wash, laundry, and that's how we learn in this organization, right? Like get CSE out. I called Mike. Mike, who do you think is good, right? Mike said, okay, talk to Wash. I called Wash. Wash was there next day. Installed everything, done. That ready. And that's like a phone pay system. Machines work. You don't have to chase them. They come once a month, check everything. So now the residents have laundry machines as well. Right, now we built the dog park, the pergola with grill. That's almost like a new pool. One other thing we did the moment we took over is like property had foundation issues, and we knew this going in because that area where our properties are, that the soil is soft. See, that's the advantage. Like I did not know these terms. When you talk to people who have properties there who have gone full cycles, that's how we learn, right? And then it's about working the numbers and can we capex it? Can we fix it? Is it fixable? Are we going to lose money? All these things, and then go with it. We just de-risk everything, right? So we did the foundation fix. There were plumbing fixes. We did the parking lot. Pest control was a major issue. We did not charge residents initially. We just did the major pest control, recycling again, and the fence that I showed. We addressed long pending work orders, all the non-working appliances with new ones. We do 3 types of units, premium, standard, and the classic. This is based on our learning of the demographic in that area. There is always a rent difference between the 3. So think of it, if somebody walks in, it's like a customer, right? You don't want them to go back. So there are the 3 different options. They can just pick and go. And that's the reason we did, and that's working good. We're gonna continue that for some. And overall, really, it's the best product, best price. We just stick to this. Our team just sticks to it. Whenever there is a point it comes to taking a decision, I always told them, go back to this. Is it like a best product, best price? Does it fit in it? Then we do it. Otherwise, we don't do it. Of course, we do like take the quotes from different vendors and other things. Right? We do a lot of resident events. We spend a lot of time on that one. We don't spend anything on it. My vendors do. They all sponsor, so we always line up a calendar. And every time 2 to 3 vendors come and sponsor. They bring the gifts, the food. We did the Easter event recently. That's my maintenance guy. He was very happy to be a bunny and just run around. And then the 2 tables I wanted to share on the NOI side, what other things we did on NOI. As a result of this, we of course like worked on our rents. So this is as of like end of December 2023. We converted total 68 leases, okay? And then with that, our average rent increases almost 15.5%. And that added, you can see the numbers there. Total value add, if we see, about 2.7 million, just with 68 leases. We still have a way to go on this. We work on this table every quarter. So now we'll work on the March table, so we'll add it to this one. And the other fees is another part that we did. A lot of these were implemented and ignored. So if you see the blue column in that, at takeover, those were the fees at the takeover. And then you see this big yellow table from June to Feb. That's how we took all, like from the pest control, tax service, we started washer dryer lease, we started renters insurance, thanks to Mike again. Utility admin, resident parking, and the amenity fee, and you can see the growth that happened on that side, right? It has gone from 19% to 1,600% increase in the other fees, and that's big part of the NOI increase as well. Okay, so how has it changed our life, joining lifestyles? A lot more. I mean, we have made a lot of friends here. I'm so happy about it, really. Like we have made more friends here than even before. We are financially free, and no more W-2, and that feeling is different. So Asha and I keep talking about it. Like one thing we want to do is definitely, when you do properties, help others generate passive income. I think that will drive more happiness. That's how we feel.
Can add to this because I run business, so he's a real estate professional, so a lot of tax benefit for me. So I write off everything.
Talk to your CPA.
Talk to your CPA, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a
Lots
major.
of benefits. Chris will go through that too.
Lots.
Tax is a big thing. You should definitely explore. I mean, I have this thing. I hope I can say it. That when you get into real estate, number one thing is get a good CPA who understands real estate.
A lot
That's
of them don't
really
understand
important.
real estate. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
We
They
have some
don't.
really good vendors here.
Yeah, and it happened with us initially,
changed
right?
lots.
We had to change because they don't want to lose your business. At the same time, they don't want to say I don't understand real estate. So you kind of stuck there. So I think you should just talk to, and that's how we did. We just talked to folks here. We switched to the CPA they were using, and that's it. Right? We have complete control on over our time, ability to help others generate passive income. That's something definitely very close to Asha and my heart. We want to continue doing that. On the short-term goals, next acquisition, which definitely should generate cash flow because it helps everyone that I know. So that's what we're looking at. I like value add a lot, but I think that's why we're talking. I think we need to balance this really well, right? It's definitely needs to look at the cash flow plus some value add. That's how we're going to look at it now on. Want to spend a lot of time with family. I'm still very workaholic. I'm always on my properties. I'm on my computer doing some number crunching. So Asha keeps telling me, spend time before the second one leaves home in 3 years, right? So I need to, I think, do that a lot. We do some vacations, but I need to spend a lot of time with family. Because of our background, just a short story from where we come, we keep doing some things for the underprivileged children. We built a school back home in India for those children. So we want to continue doing some of those things. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, the cool thing is you're also giving back. You're part of AAGD, which is very important to our industry.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that as well.
Yeah, that's about it. And mentors, Mike Sports, yeah, I trouble him a lot, really. Let's just keep going
Up
right.
there, look at you.
Hey, how about that?
Terry is another really great person. Anytime I call, there is always an answer, right? I mean, she explains it really well. She and I also meet at AAGD, so we discuss a lot on things. Yeah, and I use a lot of vendors, but I see only one here, so that's fine.
Cool.
That's about it, I think, right?
Yeah, that's it for you. So we need to take questions. No. Stop.
Give him a hand for that.
All right, any questions? We got
Tom.
one right here. Tom, right?
Right. Are you looking at a refinance anywhere in there?
Are you looking at a refi anytime soon?
We will. The way this deal is structured is we cannot, or don't want to do it for 4 years, because up to 4 years we have yield maintenance. And after that is a 1% penalty. We definitely want to look at refinance, but I think we're looking at the end of year 4. And that's how we structured it purposely. Be looking at the economy and other things.
So let me add a little bit to that too. Usually what we do in situations like this to where there's a value add, we usually take the term on the note and we do a supplemental. You raise the value of the asset and then you do a supplemental to one, give the money back to the investors and bridge that gap. Right now, in this part of the cycle, a lot of lenders aren't doing supplementals, or they're really scrutinizing. Even if you've raised the value of the asset like they have, they're kind of just not doing the supplementals as freely as they were a couple years ago.
Mr. Jeff.
Yeah, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
You raised 11.7. How long did it take you to raise it?
How long did it take you to raise $11.7 million?
I think about a week. 1 week.
And at what point are you promoting? Are you under contract or letter of intent? Or
I was under contract. Yeah.
and follow up, last question. When does the passive money go hard?
For this deal, so I'll give you a little bit of background. So when this deal came,
we need to give a general answer for that. For within our group, the passive money goes hard or non-refundable when it closes.
Yeah,
Okay?
clarify on that.
If he wasn't able to close, you as a passive investor would get all your money back.
Loss.
Okay? No loss to the passive. After it closes, then you're in the deal. Okay?
Thank you. I misunderstood.
You make a commitment to X number of dollars, and then when it closes, your commitment.
Right. Yeah.
So during the capital raise, you as a passive would wire in your money. Is that what you're asking?
Do you put your money in escrow as a passive, or?
No, passive don't escrow anything.
You don't escrow
It's held
anything.
there until it closes. When it closes, you're in the deal. If it doesn't close, you get your money back.
get your
There's
money
no
back.
risk to you. That's different with Lifestyles Unlimited versus any other syndication that's out there that we know.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Why ask?
Yeah, the majority of them, regardless, they'll take a scrape. If they don't close or it's a fund, they'll take a scrape.
We prohibit that.
We don't allow it. Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us what's the difference between your premium, standard, and classic unit?
Yeah. Yeah.
The difference between your levels of rehab.
Yeah. So between the premium, standard, and the classic. So in the premium, we touch almost everything, right? I mean, the rents are a little higher for that. So in the kitchen, if you say we do all the granite countertops, and then the sinks will be new. All the fixtures like the faucets, the cabinet handles, everything will be new. And depending on the unit, we inspect the appliances. The appliances also can be new. So I kind of vary between black and stainless steel over there. I stick to black. There's a different reason for that. But apart from that, we do the floor. If the floor is bad, of course, like the full paint, then the new baseboards, almost like 4-inch baseboards. The bathrooms we redo, like you saw the picture with the ceramic tiles, the new bathtub, the new toilet, and also the mirror in the bathroom. We change that with the frame. All the light fixtures change. They go to the LED with almost like a flat LED. It really pops up. And then each bedroom, this property did not have, by the way, the fans in any of the bedrooms, fan or light. So we put the fan with the light in each of the bedrooms. That's pretty much right.
Yeah, premium that's.
Yeah, that's premium. And the standard, we don't do the granite countertop. Right? And the appliances as needed, we still put the fans. We change the floor only if it is really bad and peeling off or anything. Otherwise, we just polish and clean the floor. We do repaint. We do the full paint still. We change the baseboard. That's about the difference. And the difference between the two comes almost like $100 in the rent.
Countertop, we just resurface.
We resurface the countertop. So that's not granite, it's the existing, we just repaint it. In the classic, pretty much, we do the full paint. I always do the full paint because the smell of the unit, it makes a lot of difference. It does, like when somebody walks in, they know that they cannot go to premium, but they want something really good. So we do that. I put air wicks as well.
Smells like money. No,
Yeah.
that's a cat.
We do not do the bathrooms. We just resurface. Like you saw those white tiles. We just resurface all those. Resurface the bathtubs. Resurface the kitchen countertop, cabinet. If needed, we will paint it, but we don't change anything else. We don't put fans in the bedrooms or anything. That's the difference. That difference also goes anywhere between 50 to 100. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
How did you find your rehab company?
How'd you
For
find
the-
your general contractor?
For the general contractor, yeah. So I actually have not worked with a big rehab contractor yet, and just because I'm a very hands-on person, I need them there, and they need to answer. So I work with the lady who owns a company. She does not speak a word of English. She's like, so that's how we communicate using the translator. So one of my KP, Kevin Chalmers, he introduced me to her when he uses, so that's how I continue. It's basically reference in the lifestyles.
So this is part of being a lead sponsor. Once a month, about 70 of us get together in the next room over here, and we talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. And we talk about vendors, and we talk about what we're doing and what's working. And we're also showing our books to each other. So that's one of the huge differences what Lifestyles brings versus other companies. You think about it, if you have two gas stations competing across the street from each other, are they going to show their books to each other? Probably not. But the benefit of us having so many properties in the area and across the country, we do open our books, we show our numbers, and share all our good, bad stuff.
Yeah. It's truly the abundance mentality, right? That's what drives it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the, since the property is Fannie Mae loan, did you have any flag from court system to require you to have an extra time to give a notice?
The CARES
or
Act.
Legal aid, or some people come in to step in? How'd your eviction process look like? And
Yeah.
you successfully got all these people out, but how'd your renter screening process look like?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. So the question from Shannon is, do we have to, because it's a Fannie Mae loan, right? Do we have to give extra time to the residents before you ever give them the choices? And how do we screen the residents? So when we, so this is a Fannie Mae loan, and there is something called as the CARES Act and enforced even today. We need to give the 30-day notice. So otherwise it's a 3-day, right, as a Texas law, but 30-day. So we follow that 30-day, and we are even expected to give them what other options of financial assistance are available to them. So I don't like it, but we have to follow. So we follow the law. We have a calendar. So all the residents, we give 30-day notice. The clock is ticking. So after 30 days, we go to the court, right? And we try, like my process, we do all communication online so that it is recorded. No verbal commitments. That's the law in my offices. So no verbal commitment. It has to be either text message or the email. It's where everything is recorded. And we go to court with everything, all these documents. Even when we know that the case is very clear, that may not come, there is always a file that my manager carries. Because you never know what judge will ask. And if they ask something and if you don't have it, the decision is not going to be in your favor. That's how it works. So, yeah. And on the screening side, it has definitely become a little harder nowadays. We have to screen more people to find the good ones. That's how the economy is. But we though don't compromise on the screening side. We have in fact increased, we are seeing increase in the fake documents. They look really real documents. So we make efforts to call the actual company where they say the employment. We don't call on the number that they give, but we find that office online and then call them and go through the HR department, because that's the right process, right? If somebody, you call the company and they immediately, even like a big company, and they immediately tell you about that person's salary, there's something wrong there, right? So a lot of these flags, yeah.
Good job. Thank you.
Austin?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Austin.
Yeah, I have about 3 questions if we have time for them, or do we want to?
Yeah, go for all 3.
Go for all 3. Gotcha. The first one being is, what was the occupancy rate at purchase?
At purchase, I mean, they told us 93, but when we took over, it was around 86%.
So those are people that are living there, not paying.
Not paying.
Big difference.
Housing there.
Yeah.
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 The second question being, how long did it take to stabilize the rent rolls?
Okay, that's a good question. So by design of the business plan, we wanted to get rid of a lot of residents that don't deserve to be there. So we even brought down the occupancy to around like 70s. And then once we got them out, we started pushing up. So we knew that it will take 6 months. So after 6 months, we hit the 90, and then we are above 90 now.
And the last question being, when you set a pro forma, what is the average yearly projection? 4 to 5% annually?
Say that again.
When you set up a pro forma, what is the average yearly projection? Is it about 4 to 5% annually?
Oh yeah. It was, I think, first year our pro forma was first year no cash flow, because this was a value play. And the second year onwards, second year was, I think, about 5%, 5 point something. So, yeah.
And that's, if you look at it, that's extremely conservative.
Yeah.
One, because the current occupants and occupancy and rents, and then you go in with a capital package, and then you can bring your rents up to market. So this property was extremely low on their existing rents. So that 5% was extremely conservative for year 2.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I get the last question. Either one of you can answer it. You've been at this for a while now. What would you tell the new folks in the room or online?
Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Just jump in. I think it opened our eyes really when we joined the 2-day. The 2-day was really eye-opener for us. I mean, there were a lot of myths and other things that you can see from the social media and all other things, right? But it's real. Definitely, it's real. And the one thing that I really like about this organization is the abundance mentality. Like why we are so confident about property, handling it, and managing is because there is a help available. There's a lot of help available. And there are a lot of vendors available. I think it's real. Just start generating passive income. That's what I would say. Just join in. I think 2 days is really 2 days will really change your life. Just join in.
We've done this before. We've done hundreds of thousands of units, and this is a testament to it.
I would say the same thing. It's just money, money, money.
We'll close it.
Yeah, you will generate a lot of passive income. So it's a good thing.
Excellent. Well, thank you for coming in and giving back.